Yo crew, Captain Jordan here. Before we open tonight's log from this wheelhouse to yours, from every watchstander living, lost, or still keeping station, season's greetings. Whether you're hearing this on Boxing Day itself or somewhere in the quiet stretch between years, all of us aboard the ghost boat wish you safe crossings, steady ground beneath your feet, and a new year that treats you kinder than the last. If you've lived a moment the sea tried to keep, throw us a line at ghostboatadventures@gmail.com. Your stories keep these logs alive. And if you want to help keep the ghost boat afloat, you can toss a coin in the treasure chest, link below. Tonight we begin a new ledger, because the ocean does not celebrate holidays. It does not mark calendars. It only records what happens on them. Boxing Day. On land, it's a day of leftovers and quiet houses. Paper stacked by the door, families easing back into breath. But out on the North Sea, off the coast of Scotland, Boxing Day carries no warmth at all. Winter seas, short daylight, cold that settles into steel and refuses to leave. That morning, a fishing vessel lost power. No explosion, no drama, just the sudden absence of sound. That silence is often the first warning. Winter does not announce danger. It removes margin. Hands lose feeling. Decks lose forgiveness. Time loses patience. In summer, mistakes shout. In winter, they whisper. A slipped boot, a slowed hand, a pause that lasts one breath too long. When an engine goes quiet in winter seas, the cold begins negotiating immediately, with muscle, with judgment, with will. The Mayday went out while daylight still held, while the crew could still see one another's faces. The forecast promised only worsening weather. It usually does. Minutes passed, heavy and slow. Spray froze where it landed. Rigging stiffened. Breath came shallow. Cold does not rush you. It convinces you to stop. That is its most dangerous talent. The crew fought it the only way sailors can, by staying busy, by staying angry, by staying awake. The call ashore. Onshore meals were half served. Someone mid-sentence. Someone reaching for a cup that never got lifted. Then the call came. RNLI volunteers. Not paid, not obligated. Fishermen, deckhands, mechanics. People who knew exactly what winter seas do to men, and went anyway. That choice is invisible to most people, but sailors recognize it instantly. It's the moment you accept that comfort has ended, purpose has taken over. The launch, the lifeboat didn't slip quietly into the water. It drove straight into the weather that wanted nothing to do with it. Waves stacked and confused. Wind tearing words from mouths. Cold that punished delay. Above them a helicopter hovered, where air itself felt unstable. Holding position through violence. No speeches, no hesitation. Just clipped voices and practiced motion. The vessel adrift. The fishing vessel rolled without authority. Each minute bled heat from the crew. Cold makes decisions feel reasonable, dangerous ones. Lifeboat came alongside, where charts would have advised against it. Lines thrown, hands finding hands. Men lifted who no longer trusted their legs. Faces pale, eyes wide. One by one they crossed. Crossing decks in winter seas is never just a step, it is a decision. between water and air, between grip and slip, between continuing and ending. Every man who crossed carried more than his own weight. He carried tables waiting at home, names not yet spoken aloud, years not yet finished. The sea watched and did not interfere. There is always a moment like this, not when engines strain, not when lines go tight. It's when the sea realizes you are not releasing your claim. Nothing changes outwardly, but every sailor feels it. The waves do not calm, they allow. The run back was not gentle, but it was possible. Cold men, shaken men, alive. Onshore Boxing Day plates went untouched and no one complained, because sometimes the only gift that matters is a door opening again. This was not luck. This was winter seamanship, volunteer resolve, human refusal. The sea reached out, and that day people answered. That is why this story belongs in the ledger, because the account is not settled until the crossing is complete. The ledger continues. This is only the first entry. Others were recorded on Boxing Day. Stories of silence, stories of waiting, stories where nothing happened, and that saved everything. We will tell those next time, one entry at a time. From all of us aboard the Ghost Boat, the living, the lost, and the one still standing watched. Season's greetings, safe passage into the new year. Mind the weather, mind each other. The sea is always keeping score. Tonight we answered. To tilt and wake, to fall and shout, Captain Jordan and his crew of ghosts over and